Every year, millions of people promise themselves the same thing. This year, I'll be disciplined. This time, I'll stay consistent. I just need more willpower. And every year, they fail. Not loudly, not dramatically. They just stop. The gym goes quiet. The notebook stays blank. The alarm gets snoozed. And slowly, the belief sets in. Maybe I'm just not disciplined. But what if discipline was never the problem? What if willpower itself is the lie? In Japan, centuries ago, warriors trained every single day, without motivation, without goals, without quitting. Not because they were stronger than you, but because they never relied on willpower at all. Today, you'll learn why willpower always collapses under pressure, and the Japanese method that makes quitting psychologically impossible. This is not motivation. This is a system, and it begins with a man named Ren. Ren was 36, Tokyo born, now living alone in a quiet apartment, overlooking concrete and cables. By every modern standard, Ren was successful. Senior UX strategist at a global tech firm, respected, reliable, intelligent. He woke up early. He read books on discipline. He tracked habits with military precision. And yet, nothing ever stayed. Morning routines dissolved. Workout streaks died silently. Writing projects never crossed the halfway point. Every time Ren restarted, he felt the same tightening in his chest. Not fear, shame, because the problem wasn't ignorance. Ren knew what to do. He just couldn't make himself do it. Forever. And deep down, he was afraid of the thought he never said out loud. What if I'm broken? Modern self-improvement worships one God. Willpower. Push harder. Try more. Force yourself. But neuroscience tells a darker truth. Willpower is not strength. It is a limited fuel. Every decision drains it. Every resistance weakens it. Every stressor empties the tank faster. And Ren's life was full of decisions. Emails, meetings, notifications, deadlines, noise, expectations. By the time night arrived, his willpower was already gone. So discipline failed exactly when he needed it most. This wasn't weakness. It was biology. But no one had told him that. It happened on a Tuesday. Ren came home late, rain on his coat, head buzzing. He sat on the floor, back against the wall, and laughed quietly to himself. Not joy, disbelief. Greater than, I can design systems for million-dollar companies, but I can't control my own behavior. That night, Ren did something unusual. He stopped searching for motivation. Instead, he searched for history, not productivity blogs, not influencers. He searched for a culture where quitting was rare. That search led him to Japan's forgotten discipline system. Ren discovered something shocking. Samurai texts rarely mention motivation. They don't talk about pushing through. They don't glorify inner struggle. Instead, they focus on removal. Removal of choice. Removal of hesitation. Removal of inner debate. A samurai did not wake up and ask, "Do I feel like training today?" Training was not a decision. It was a condition of existence. And that realization hit Ren like a blade. Greater than, I'm failing because I'm still choosing. Every habit Ren ever quit shared one thing in common. A question. Should I do this today? That single question destroyed everything. Because once a behavior is optional, the mind begins negotiating. Samurai discipline worked because there was nothing to negotiate. They were not disciplined people. They were bound identities. Ren realized something terrifying. The problem wasn't his habits. The problem was that his identity was flexible. Willpower requires resistance. Resistance creates friction. Friction creates exhaustion. Exhaustion creates quitting. The samurai avoided this entire chain by designing life without resistance. They didn't try harder. They structured reality so that trying wasn't required. Ren understood now. You cannot win a daily war against your own mind. you must remove the battlefield. In Zen households and warrior schools, a principle existed: ketsubetsu, separation. Certain actions were separated from emotion. Training was not linked to mood. Duty was not linked to energy. Practice was not linked to desire. These things simply happened, like sunrise. Ren looked at his life and saw chaos. Everything depended on how he felt. That was the flaw. Ren didn't start with goals. He started with elimination. He chose one practice. One. Not to improve his life, but to define who he was. He wrote it down. Greater than, I am a man who practices every morning. This is not self-improvement. This is maintenance of identity. No timeline, no motivation, no reward, just existence. And then he removed the option to quit. As Ren prepared to sleep that night, fear crept in. Not fear of failure, fear of finality. Because once something becomes identity, you don't get to stop. That's why most people never commit. They don't fear discipline. They fear being trapped by who they become. The samurai accepted this trap willingly. Ren was about to step into it. Ren believed removing choice would solve everything. He was wrong, because even without choice, time itself still created resistance. Ren believed he had solved the problem. He removed choice. He locked identity. He stopped asking if. And yet, resistance returned, not as doubt, not as laziness, but as something quieter, delay. He didn't quit. He postponed, and that nearly destroyed everything. People think quitting is the enemy. It's not. The real enemy is later. I'll do it after work. I'll start in an hour. I'll catch up tomorrow. Ren noticed something unsettling. Even without choice, his mind still found space to breathe. Time became the loophole. He was still practicing, technically, just not now. And the samurai had a word for this kind of failure. They called it kyo, emptiness disguised as progress. Modern productivity worships schedules. Wake up at 5, train at 6, work at 9. But the samurai understood something brutal. Fixed time invites anticipation. Anticipation creates resistance. When you know something is coming, the mind prepares excuses in advance. Ren saw it clearly. At 3 p.m., his brain already complained about the evening practice. At 7 p.m., he was already tired before starting. Time itself was draining energy. This shocked Ren. Historical records showed samurai training did not happen at fixed hours. They trained at trigger moments, after waking, after eating, after returning home, after placing the sword down, not at 6 a.m., but after waking. The difference is subtle and lethal. A trigger is unavoidable. A time is negotiable. The samurai used a rule called Suzuka Ichi. One action follows another, without space, no gap, no pause, no mental preparation. Wake to train, eat to clean, return to practice. Ren realized his mistake. He was planning discipline. The samurai attached it. Discipline didn't start later. It hijacked what already existed. Ren tried to apply it, but he hesitated. He still paused, still checked his phone, still stretched the moment. And in that gap, the mind spoke. Fatigue, logic, permission. That's when Ren learned the darkest truth so far. The mind only needs 3 seconds of space to sabotage you. The samurai never allowed those seconds. In Japanese training doctrine, if action does not begin immediately, the moment is considered lost. Not delayed, lost. Ren tested this brutally. No warm-up, no preparation. Wake to stand to move. The body followed. The mind stayed silent, because it was never asked. Ren had believed consistency was about endurance. It's not. Consistency is about speed. Speed removes emotion. Emotion creates friction. Friction causes quitting. The samurai didn't endure discipline. They outran resistance. Ren noticed another pattern. On good days, he did more. On bad days, he did less. That felt logical. It was poison. Samurai training was fixed in form, not intensity. Same movement, same duration, same beginning. The body adapts. The mind stops evaluating. Ren removed variation. Same action, same trigger, same sequence. No upgrades, no scaling, not because it was optimal, but because it was stable. And stability killed debate. For the first time in years, days passed without inner conflict, not motivation, silence. This system had a price. Ren felt trapped. No excitement, no novelty, no dopamine, just repetition. That's why most people reject it. They want progress and pleasure. The samurai chose permanence. Ren was beginning to understand why. Ren had removed choice. He had removed time. But one threat remained, the most dangerous one, emotion. Because one emotional collapse can destroy even the strongest system. By now, Ren had done what most people never do. He removed choice. He removed time. Yet something still lingered, invisible, unpredictable, dangerous, emotion. Not motivation, emotion. Because you don't quit on logical days. You quit on emotional ones. Ren noticed a pattern. On calm days, the system worked. On stressful days, cracks appeared. Not in action, in meaning. This feels pointless. What's the point of doing this today? I deserve rest. Emotion didn't attack discipline directly. It attacked why. And once why collapses, systems follow. The samurai knew this. That's why they never trusted emotion. Emotion evolved for survival, not truth. Fear exaggerates danger. Boredom exaggerates meaninglessness. Comfort exaggerates permission. Ren realized something chilling. Emotion doesn't ask for evidence. It asks for relief. And quitting is relief. Temporary, immediate, addictive. So the samurai did something radical. They removed emotion from decision-making entirely. In Japanese martial doctrine, there is a concept, mushin, no mind, not calm, not focus, absence. Samurai trained to act before emotion could form. Emotion wasn't fought, it was ignored by design. They did not ask, how do I feel today? They asked, what is done next? Ren understood the mistake modern people make. They consult emotion. The samurai execute despite it. One night, Ren didn't feel like continuing. Not tired, not busy, empty. Old Ren would have paused. This time, he didn't. He moved without agreement. No belief, no meaning, no enthusiasm, just sequence. And something strange happened. Emotion followed action, not the other way around. The emptiness dissolved, not instantly, but inevitably. Modern belief. Feel to act to become samurai, reality. Act to feel to become Ren had been waiting to feel ready. The samurai never did. They let emotion arrive late. And when emotion is late, it has no authority. This method doesn't feel inspiring. It feels cold, mechanical, unromantic. That's why it works. Inspiration fluctuates. Emotion fluctuates. Systems do not. Ren understood now. Greater than willpower fails because it depends on how you feel. Systems succeed because they don't care. Ren wrote his final rule. Not a goal, a vow. I do not negotiate with emotion. I act first. Emotion may follow, or not. Either way, the action is complete. This wasn't motivation, it was surrender. And surrender removed struggle. Ren didn't become louder, didn't hustle harder, didn't chase intensity. He became predictable, and predictability is terrifying because it means no drama, no excuses, no collapse, just continuation, day after day. This path has a price. You lose emotional highs, you lose identity games, you lose the pleasure of starting over, but you gain something rare, reliability. And reliability compounds, quietly, ruthlessly. Willpower fails because it asks too much from a fragile system: emotion, mood, energy. The Japanese method works because it removes all three. No choice, no time, no emotion, only sequence, only identity, only continuation. You don't need more willpower. You need fewer decisions and the courage to act without feeling ready. If this changed the way you see discipline, subscribe, not for content, but because this path only works once you decide who you are and never renegotiate again.